Let's find out who stole Hanukkah. But first, a three-letter word. Gem. Oh, right. Four-letter word. Gem. Productions. That probably looked really great back in the day.
Welcome to Who Stole Hanukkah, an interactive mystery game. Pick your language.
ברוכים הבאים למי גנב את חנוכה. הרפתקה בלשית אינטראקטיבית.
Does amuse me you can get this in all of these other languages. Alright, here we go. New game.
Starting new game. One night. Not long before Hanukkah, Professor Croak was in his study.
Aw.
There, among his rare collection of relics from the Hellenistic period, he gazed fondly at his most prized possession. The actual jar of oil which Judah Maccabee found in the temple in Jerusalem, and whose oil miraculously burned for 8 days. This year, he thought to himself as he dozed off, he would celebrate the 8th night of Hanukkah by burning the last remaining bit of this historic oil.
Historic
But while
oil?
the professor slept, the lights went out. Shrill sounds pierced the night, and when the professor awoke, the jar of oil was missing.
I love this right here.
Who could have done such a thing? Was it the Greek statue Narciso?
What?
Crystal, the fortune teller? The ever-hungry Latka troll? The warrior elephant, Bomba? Schlemiel, the temple repairman?
What?
Veteran actress, Mademoiselle Menorah? Or a star, lead singer of the Candle Sisters?
These are amazing.
Or the elusive Groucho Cat?
Ah, Groucho Cat.
It's up to you to find out who did it in Who Stole Hanukkah? Nerly's the name, Hanukkah's my game. I'll be in my room if you want my help finding clues. Oh, and one hint. You'd better check out every suspect carefully before you guess who did it.
Weird line there. Alright. Yeah, the lot control. Sounds awesome to me.
Who turned off the lights?
What? What?
I don't know about you. I'm clueless.
Ah, that's our Groucho Cat. Oh, that brings us back. Let's go back to the street.
Back to the action.
I don't need... Let's do it again, though.
Hey, who turned off the lights?
Alright, I'm already liking this. Let's go to Professor Frogs, I guess.
Taking a break from solving the crime. So let's look at the story of Hanukkah. Don't be shy. Go ahead and look around.
Okay. So far, kind of not getting a whole lot of options. I guess I can look at these. Oh, history, sources, and how-to. And telephone.
There are no messages at this time.
Alright. The frog's not even an option. Oh, this is just going to be lots of things to read. Hellenism in Judea. The origins of Hanukkah story can be traced back to the 4th century BCE, when Alexander the Great, a Greek general from Macedonia, conquered Asia and the Middle East, bringing Greek culture to the vast empire. Following his death, 3 Greek kingdoms battled for succession. For the next century and a half, 2 of these kingdoms, the Ptolemies in Egypt and the Seleucids in Syria, battled for control of Israel, then called Judea, which lay between them. At the time of the Hanukkah story, Judea was controlled by Assyrians, whose rule was consistently threatened by the rival kingdom in Egypt. That's a lot. I don't think I want to read this much. Actually, that's not that much. Why not? Yeah, it's very much edutainment. Wait, actually, no, is it? Oh, no. There's multiple. Yeah, we're not reading all that. We look at the sources. Hellenistic Jewish thought. Yeah, I'm not reading all that. That's a lot. What is Hanukkah? There's a lot of things here. You can at least learn about playing dreidel. When the candles are burning, it is customary to play games, such as the traditional game of Hanukkah spinning top, known as dreidel, German/Yiddish, or Sivion, Hebrew. Though some people think of the game of dreidel originated during the Maccabean period, when Jews hid in caves, studied the Torah, and used the dreidel as a cover if they were discovered by Greek troops. The game actually originated in Germany during the Middle Ages. The four-sided dreidel is inscribed with Hebrew letters, which stand for Nes, Gadol, Haya, Sham. The great miracle happened there. A phrase which reminds us of the victory of the Maccabees and the miracle of the oil, which lasted for 8 days. In Israel, dreidels are inscribed with the initials Nes, Gadol, Haya, Po. A great miracle happened here. I actually knew that one, bizarrely enough. A dreidel is sometimes seen as symbolizing the overturning of natural order. In Judaism, Maccabees, man, top of the large enemy, and okay. They don't make this easy. How to play? I don't think I need to... no, this isn't that complicated. At the start of the game, each player is given a certain number of chips and deposits one in the pot in the center of the floor or table. Then take turns spinning the dreidel. Following the rules outlined in this German/Danish mnemonic, Nun, player takes nothing from the pot. Gamil, player takes everything in the pot. Hey, plays half of the pot. Shin puts one chip into the pot. Anytime the pot is empty, or anytime only one chip remains in the pot, every player must put a piece out before the next turn is taken. Players are out when they've lost all their pieces, and the game is over when one player has won everything. But it takes... Oh, I guess when it lands on a side, that's what you do after spinning it. Okay, so it's kind of just roulette in a way. I always assumed there was more to it. I kind of thought it was like a Beyblade battle thing, but that's disappointing. All right, I think we don't need to talk to the frog anymore. Let's see what our other options are. We've already tried talking to the cat.
Oh, the suspense is killing me.
Try this.
Trying to get to Nurley's room? Not so fast. You need a gold key and the secret password.
Alright, that was not what I was expecting.
Hello to all our friends out there. I'm Narciso, your host, and this is Pick Your Culture.
Okay.
Today's guests are two coins. That wild and crazy Greek Syrian king, Antiochus Epiphanes. And that famous Jewish rebel, Judah the Hammer Maccabee.
Alright. Now we
Here's
know.
how we play. I ask a question, contestants answer when you click on them. When I announce that the round is over, you in the audience get to gong the one you like less.
What? I'm playing the Gong Show?
Sounds like fun, huh?
I'm not sure about that.
Let's begin round one. The first question is, what were you like as a little boy?
Oh, this is a quiz thing.
I was a rotten kid. Used to break lots of vases. Spill wine on the upholstery. Once I put a scorpion in my brother's tunic.
Oh my.
You want the key to Nurley's room? Well, fans, let's play the key game.
Oh, that's different. But I do want the key.
Here is a head, and here is a tail. Pick one, heads or tails, and we'll see how the coin lands.
But seriously? Tails.
Fantastic! Tails it is.
Kind of assumed I'd have to do something more involved.
You've won the gold key to Nurley's room.
I feel so rewarded. Are we done?
Hey, you won the gold key already! But if you want to play anyway, why not? Pick one, heads
Oh
or
no,
tails, and we'll see how the
I was thinking about trying to hit
coin
escape, but I
lands.
think that just exits the game. I'll go heads, I guess. Maybe it's possible to lose.
Ah, tough break! But you'll receive a set of broken pottery shards as a consolation prize, courtesy of our show.
Lovely. Alright, cool. I'm never coming in this room again.
Over 2,300 years ago, Alexander the Great made Greece the largest empire in the world by capturing countries all around the Mediterranean Sea, including Israel, then called Judea. Greek culture spread throughout these countries, and some Jews, called Hellenists, were attracted to Greek ways. Sometimes a Jewish family would be divided over just how Greek to become.
I expected more. Oh, that's my bag with the key in it. Okay, let's see what the frog has to say.
Ah, you want to know more about the spread of Greek culture? You've come to the right place.
I'm not convinced about that. But
What does matzah have to do with Hanukkah?
oh,
Did you know that the word afikomen, the matzah that we hide at the Passover Seder, is a Greek word? Greek customs influenced quite a bit of the Passover Seder, and in general, the Greek language introduced a number of words into Hebrew.
did he say hide matzah? Is that part of Passover? I thought you just ate it because it's unleavened.
Did you know that the Hebrew word bima, where the rabbi stands in your synagogue, comes from Greek? Even the word synagogue comes from Greek, as synagogues were just starting to appear in the period before the Maccabees.
Huh. I think I've learned enough about matzah now. Let's see if we can find it else. It is incredibly and ridiculously specific, but I'm going to be honest, this was... When did this come out? Let's see. This probably came out, if I had to make a guess, director... I'm going to go with 93. Let's see what Moby Games says. 97! Holy shit. Yeah, I don't know. 97. But, they were just handing money to people to make these sorts of interactive edutainment, multimedia games. And Director was a great way to do it. Even at 97, though, this is so weird. I really would have expected this to be, a 94 game. But, hey. Let's talk about pots. Let's...
Of course! You want the secret password to get into Nelly's room. So answer this. What do we call the translation of the Hebrew Bible to Greek?
The Odyssey.
The Haftarah.
The Septuagint.
I don't even know the alphabet.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's not the Odyssey. Legitimately do not know between the two of these. I'm going to go with her. She got a red dress.
Haftarah.
Almost. Try again.
The Odyssey.
Almost. Try again.
I don't even know the alphabet.
Almost. Try again.
The Odyssey.
Almost. Try again.
I'm easily amused. I guess we'll go with the right
The
answer.
Septuagint.
Right. The secret password is the Septuagint.
Alright, well, we can get into the room now. Shame to play it without Desi, yeah. There's only some times that could actually get this done, so... Who knows, maybe he'll wake up and we'll get to see him, we'll see. You never know. He probably have an awful lot of commentary on this. Because he actually knows something about Judaism, and I don't. At least not anything really useful outside of what you generally learn in Sunday school.
Dad, this Greek letter looks sort of like the Hebrew letter Aleph.
Aleph? Forget Aleph, Alex. You've got alphas and betas to learn.
Remember when we used to carry our first fruits to the temple on Shavuot?
Mom, you're living in the past. Hey, can you pass me the stuffed grape leaves?
Almost so
Mom,
tasty.
My friend Ariadne has her own personal slave. Can I get one too?
You'll have to ask your father, dear.
Well, that probably doesn't age well.
I'm on my way to the bathhouse to make a Thanksgiving offering to the Emperor. Anyone want to come with?
Now, Jason, when we're getting ready for Shabbat?
What is justice?
Oh.
What is virtue? Why is this night different from all others?
Forget it, Dad. You'll never make it as a Greek philosopher. Hey, I heard at the marketplace that there's going to be a war between Jews who like the Greeks and Jews who don't.
Daphne, that would be awful.
Don't get uptight. If that ever happens, the Greeks will be on our side.
Alex, you know you can't go to the Olympics until you've read your Socrates and Plato.
But Mom, I'm still learning the alphabet.
Oh, sup, Desi? Yeah, the bathhouse to make an offering to the Emperor. It's a surprising. I'm just amazed. This game just goes places.
Zeus? Dionysus? What are we doing? Doesn't it say in the Torah you should have no other gods before me?
Alex, don't be such a dud. We're only trying out a few new ones.
This is a weird game.
Beware of Greeks bearing gifts, unless it's a particularly expensive one.
Oh yeah, Groucho Marx is here too. Seen that one? Emperor had many.
My body is a temple. You may worship if you like.
I'll take the Greek salad. And a side order of latkes, please.
I love this cat.
Beware of Greeks bearing gifts, unless it's a particularly expensive one.
I guess that's it. So the point of this game so far has been to collect the two things I accidentally collected. The key and the secret word, which is apparently the name of the Torah in Greek, which I didn't know. Knew it wasn't the Odyssey. There's also a guy we can talk to.
You want to know more about the spread of Greek culture? You've come to the right place.
I'm not sure if I misheard him, but he says that you hide matzah for a Seder, which sounds wrong to me, but I'm not familiar enough. But there's probably a tradition there I'm just not aware of. Oh, we can talk to the statue without a head now.
Today in Israel, you'll find many Greek remains from the time of the Second Temple. Architectural columns, rooms of houses, statues, paintings, potteries, and coins.
All right. You do hide matzah? Ah, okay. Interesting. Yeah, I have an option to read about an awful lot of this stuff, but it's lots of text. We did read how to play dreidel, and I'm now understand why it's so disappointing. I really thought it was more like a head-to-head top combat, as opposed to disappointing gambling game where you don't have much impetus to make any choices. Quite literally, it's like Candyland, but with money. Pretty much. I could print this if I wanted to. I don't want to. Alright, so I think we finished up with these people. If Groucho Marx is giving us all the advice we can get. Let's see what our other options are. It also goes maybe the bottom floor. All of these places take us to the... is that it? Is there any sports surface area in this game?
Hey, who turned off the lights?
I love the cat. The cat and the frog have been the best so far. Okay, well, I guess...
It's locked. Don't you get it?
I got the stuff.
Ah, you got the gold key.
It's the most aggressive door I've ever seen.
Secret password?
What?
What about the secret password?
I got the secret password, cat.
That's what I call a password.
Come on in. I see you visited Narciso, the Greek statue. He just might be slick enough to have committed this crime. Now, you can look over pictures of the suspects or go to the scene of the crime.
Okay. We have Narciso. Wait, left, right. Okay.
Crystal, the fortune teller.
Okay. It's called an afikomen. You break the afikomen in half and hide it somewhere in the house. All the kids go looking for the afikomen. And the one who finds it goes asking adults for money. And they all give that kid money. Some people break into several pieces. Some all the kids can win. Others just give afikomen money to all the kids without hiding it. That's probably a much fairer way of going about it. I was going to say, it sounds like a bit of an Easter egg hunt, but I can see why that wouldn't be a thing you do in Judaism. Something about traditions cross-pollinating. That seems fun, though. As a kid, I always liked, finding the hidden thing games.
The Latke Troll.
I like the Latke Troll, too, though. Look at that. Look at that Latke Troll.
Bomba, the warrior elephant. Shlemiel, the temple repairman.
Is he a schmuck or a shamil? Only time will tell.
Mademoiselle Menorah. Aura Star of the Candle Sisters. Groucho Cat.
Groucho Cat is the
There's
best,
a
though.
Sneaky one. Here we are at the scene of the crime.
Been here before.
Use your magnifying glass to look for clues. When you're done, go back and hit the streets again.
Okay. So now I can use my magnifying glass to look at things. Why did it do that? All right. Well, there's...
Something has dripped here, and it looks like wax. Of course, it's not from me.
wax. Okay, that probably means it's the Candle Sister, if I had to make a guess. Oh, I can play the piano. Give all the kids money once it's found, like those homes best. It seems like the nicest way of going about it. It'd kind of ruin a holiday. Like imagine, I don't know, at least Christmas. It's like, okay, whoever finds the shoe first, whoever finds a sock first gets a gift from Santa. No one else does. Just seems.
9, 8, 7, 6. What is too early for the 12? Whatever. A happy new year, sleep and happy Hanukkah party for 39 months.
Well, thank you, Kapateki, for the countdown and the 49 months. Hot damn. Time flies. Let's see if there's any other clues to find.
The Greek statue Narciso never eats fried foods.
That's good to know. Never eats fried foods. Why does a plant laughing at me? Just weird.
Famous Hanukkah monologues. The professor's never been a fan of the theater. Hear no evil.
Ah, well that makes a whole lot more sense after, the rest.
See no evil.
More of a I just didn't see nothing kind of thing. There appears to be fish inside of this. This game is very 90s. Very nice. Like, there's a goblet here. Why can't we look at the goblet?
Something has
Right,
dripped here,
so
and it looks like wax. Of course, it's not from me.
But yeah, I just think it'd be a dick move. Only one kid gets something. Alright, so we found a clue.
Meet you back at my room, okay?
This is very weird. It's weird in a way it's familiar. Yeah. I mean, this kind of game or even like concept of game existed for a very long time. In the 90s. Something kids could play that was technically educational, but technically a game. I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Like scholastic core.
That's my room. See you later.
Alright, so... how do I get to other places? Let's see, let me look at the instructions again. How do I do these things? Alright, so I did that. What's fantasy screen? On the fantasy screen, each fantasy screen invites you to a Hanukkah activity. Alright, so I still haven't gotten to that yet. Oh, no, I did get that. I got the Narciso Greek show. Balls. All my progress lost.
Welcome to
Oh, well.
Starting new game.
Mistakes were made. But I guess we have...
Trying to get to Nerly's room? Not so fast. You need a gold key and the secret password.
Well, let's see if these activities change any.
Hello to our
Also, I should really put the keyboard away so I don't mess this up again. Mistakes were made.
Today's guests are 2 coins. That wild and crazy Greek Syrian king, Antiochus Epiphanes.
I didn't really actually play this game, so maybe I should.
And that famous Jewish rebel, Judah the Hammer Maccabee. Here's how we play. I ask a question, contestants answer when you click on them. When I announce that the round is over, you in the audience get to gong the one you like less.
Yep. Hellenistic Greek gong show.
Sounds like fun, huh? Let's begin round 1. The first question is, what were you like as a little boy?
Yeah, this guy was a jackass.
Me? I loved to run around and play army with my 4 brothers. Yeah, those were good times.
I was a rotten kid. Used to break lots of vases. Spill wine on the upholstery. Once I put a scorpion in my brother's tunic.
Hey, fans, how about these contestants?
Narcissus as a game show host makes way too
Question
much
number
sense.
2. What kind of relationship did you have with your father?
My old man, he was a tyrant, always telling me what to do. I couldn't wait to become king, so I could boss other people around.
get the feeling the game doesn't want us to like this fella.
My dad was the bravest man I ever met, but gentle too. I remember he'd always put his hands on my head when he'd say the priestly benediction.
Okay, question number 3. This one's a toughie. Do you believe in God?
I'll do you better than that. I believe in gods. Lots of them. Of course, my personal favorite is the head god, Zeus. I try to run a tight ship just like he did.
You bet I believe in God. The God of Abraham and Sarah.
This is so simple.
I believe in the God that helped our small army beat the Greeks.
Very straightforward.
Gosh, Maud. You guys got lucky.
Okay, fans, that's it for round 1. Now it's your turn. Just gong the one you like less. Go ahead.
Man, I have choices. And we'll do what the game wants.
I'm gonna get you.
What an audience we have today. Give yourselves a big hand.
Hooray.
Ready for round 2? Here's the first question. What is your favorite color?
Well, I would have to say marble-colored. I think I look fabulous in marble.
Marble?
Oh, definitely gold. That's the color of the giant menorah that stood in the temple. That was a beautiful sight.
Gotta say, at least they had a justification.
Great answers, contestants. On to the next question. Who would you least like to spend a rainy day with?
I'd have to say the Greek-Egyptian king, that Ptolemy fellow. I can't stand the way he thinks he runs the Greek Empire when everyone knows that I run the Greek Empire.
Didn't he? What?
I'd say the Hellenists. Not because they take on Greek ways, but because some of them forget they're Jews.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing that happened to the Jewish people since the golden calf.
Great. Now, let's wrap up this round with a final question. What is your favorite joke?
Oh, this is gonna be great. Yeah, it was almost dangerous. I'm glad the justification went a different direction other than the exact cliche that we were all expecting somehow. Though, of course, it wouldn't fly in an educational game like this.
It reminds me, did you hear the one about that old man who refused to bow down to the statue of Zeus I put up in his town? Now that was a good one. Of course, I sent in soldiers to take care of him.
Hilarious. I don't know how we could lose.
How about the one where the Greek army couldn't beat a ragtag crew of locals a fraction their size? As I once told my Maccabees, the joke's on the Greeks.
Oh, you guys are too much. Okay, fans, back to you. You heard round 2. Now gong the one you like less.
All right, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do the wrong one.
You can't win them all.
It's the marble.
We're
He looks
back
better in
with
marble.
Round 3. Ready, contestants? The question is, what is your sweetest memory?
This keeps going.
For sure, the day I became king. I've always said, if the crown fits, wear it.
If the crown fits, you must acquit. Yeah, they weren't jokes. They're just taunting each other.
I've got to say the time we rededicated the temple and 1 day's worth of oil burned for 8 days.
I've heard of that
Should
one.
have been there.
Moving right along, what was your most embarrassing moment?
Well, at one point in our war against the Maccabees, the rumor spread that I had died. Our top general had to leave the war in the middle to come back to Antioch, only to find me sitting there eating a leg of lamb. It was so embarrassing.
It's embarrassing when people find that I'm eating lamb too.
I think my most embarrassing moment was when I came to the studio today and found myself on a coin. In Jewish tradition, we don't put our faces on coins, since that's making ourselves too much like God.
Sorry about that one, Judah. Okay, contestants, our very last question. What is the most important thing you wish for the next generation?
Wait. So they had a choice of doing this, and they decided to do the coin thing anyway?
World peace. Under me as emperor, of course.
Oh, Subzugati.
Religious freedom.
Okay, fans, one more crack at the old gong.
Alright, it's time to gong him.
Gong the one you like less.
Gong!
Are you picking on me?
That was not much of an ending. Alright, whatever, get the key now.
You want the key to Nerly's room? Well, fans, let's play the key game.
I don't know why they're making us do this. We have to watch the cutscene so we can flip a coin. He doesn't even flip a coin. I mean, he does.
Here's a head, and here is a tail. Pick one, heads or tails, and we'll see how the coin lands.
And? Please be tails so I don't have to listen to you again.
Fantastic! Tails it is.
I think tails always wins. In fact, I'm going to guess it always wins because
Gold key to Nerly's room.
there's this jackass on the front. Or not that jackass, that jackass. What the heck are we playing? Who Stole Hanukkah? A game about stealing the Hanukkah stuff. Wait, no, don't start talking again.
Today's guests are two.
Oh, okay, cool, we got out of that. Alright, so here's the basic premise. There's this frog guy, and he had a jar of the jar of oil.
Taking a break from solving the crime, so let's look at the story of Hanukkah.
And
Don't be shy. Go ahead and look around.
anyway, his jar got stolen, so we need to go find out who stole it. And to do that, first we need to get a key. There's also a bunch of different characters it could be, for instance,
I don't know about you. I'm clueless.
Groucho the cat.
That's my room. See you later.
Okay, so that's not the one I want. How does this work? It always takes me to the same place, it seems. How did I even get to the...
The Maccabees, under Judah's leadership, fought the Greeks in the hills around Jerusalem.
Didn't see that coming.
Their army was small and they had few weapons. The Maccabees surprised the Greeks with some major victories.
That doesn't really answer your question. It's a point-and-click adventure game that's kind of educational about Hanukkah. It's called Who Stole Hanukkah? It tells you about Hanukkah and stuff. That's the idea, I think. And Hellenistic Greeks. It's really about Hellenistic Greeks for some reason.
Oy.
They've got to be around here somewhere.
I don't see them.
Look at all the weapons they have. I hope God is on our side.
Trust me.
Okay.
Men, we are fighting for our lives and our faith. If any
Wait.
of you want to turn back, do it now.
I don't have the key anymore. Oh.
Just kidding, Judah.
Alright, well, let me at least get this.
Of course, you want the secret password to get into Nerly's room. So answer this. What do we call the Jewish Olympic Games held in Israel every 4 years?
There's Jewish Olympic Games?
Games. The Olympiada.
The Maccabea.
There's Jewish Olympic Games?
The Falafel Games.
Sorry, try again.
I didn't hear him the first time. I just had to press it.
The Falafel Games.
Not quite. Try again.
I'm gonna guess it's this one.
The Maccabea.
Hey, look, I actually have the thing now.
Right. The secret password is Maccabea.
Right. Cool. That was a fun room.
It's locked. Don't you get it?
Oh.
Oh me, oh my. I'm Bamba, and I don't know which is worse. Fighting the Maccabees or standing on this tightrope. Whoa! Oh. If you can guess which Hebrew letter goes into the Hanukkah word next to me, maybe I won't fall after all.
Oh, this elephant's so
That
screwed.
would be a miracle.
Absolutely screwed.
Oh, and I think there's a library way down there, if you want to look up any Hanukkah words. I know these Hebrew words. Do you?
No! I don't know Hebrew words. At least none that are rendered this way. I know Yiddish words, but I don't know any Hebrew words.
Leviva means pancake. or in Yiddish, it's a latke.
Yeah, see.
It's made of potatoes and fried in oil to remind us of the miracle of the oil in the temple.
Oh, I thought it was because frying things in oil is delicious. Good reason, too. How do I... Okay.
Zayin. That letter's not in the word.
But, am I playing Hangman? I'm playing Hangman.
Koof. Nope.
What is this? It's Who Stole Hanukkah, a game where we're trying to figure out who stole the lamp that contained the oil that lasted for 8 days when it was supposed to last for 1 day from the Frogman.
Tet. Oh me, oh my. Dalit. Oh no.
Oh, that's where it is. Yeah, how was I supposed to...
Tet. Thank God you got one.
All right. Oh, wait, you read it backwards? Well, that's going to make it challenging. Let's see, that looks like pi. Do any of these... No, it starts with pi. Or wait, no, there's 2 of them to start with pi. All right, well, the elephant's probably... Oh, there's 3. I guess I want the upside down L. Okay.
Reish. No miracle this time.
Whoops. Goodbye, elephant. What? So the rope frayed and the elephant flew off like Team Rocket launching off again. Apparently into New York traffic.
The word was Hanukkah.
Oh.
Hey, click on my laundry if you want to play again.
Dude, I don't know if I want to play again. Let's get the key.
Oh my. You want the key to Nerly's room? Okay. If you can spell the word shemen, oil in Hebrew, you'll earn yourself a key, I think. Leviva means pancake. Or in Yiddish,
I already know
it's a latke.
that. There's no way I'm winning this one.
Potatoes and fried in oil to remind us of the miracle of the oil in the temple. Maccabee comes from the word for hammer. This was Judah's nickname because he was such a great warrior. Maccabee comes from the word for hammer. This was Judah's
It also
nickname
queues up
because he
clicks.
was such a great warrior.
Okay, let's get out of here. I don't think I'm doing the elephant game. That's the elephant game. All right. So yeah, these actually do go to different places. They just all look the same.
I see you are a person who likes to take chances. I'm Crystal, the fortune teller, and you can click on my golden ring if you want to challenge me to a game of a dreidel.
All right.
Or click on my crystal ring if you want to look into my crystal dreidel.
You have to look at the crystal dreidel.
You want to look into my crystal dreidel. When I look into the dreidel, I see. You must pick your friends more wisely.
What?
When I look into the dreidel,
Is this Magic 8 dreidel?
I see. You will bring great light into the world.
You know, that makes sense that each one has a key room and a password room. That makes sense.
So, you want to challenge me in dreidel? How very nice. You get 5 rings.
All right.
And I get 5 rings. We each put 1 in the middle. Whoever spins a gimel gets everything that's in the middle.
Okay.
A hay gets half of what's in the middle. A nun wins nothing, loses nothing. A shin must put 1 in the middle. Your spin, click on the dreidel.
All right, we're dreidling.
Put in 1.
Ah, dang it.
My spin.
She's gonna get it all.
So it is. Your spin.
Oh, I guess she gets nothing.
Take nothing, put in nothing.
Yeah, this does.
My spin.
This is kind of not exciting.
What a surprise.
See, I
Each
knew.
Put 1 in the middle.
I knew she was gonna beat me.
Get everything.
Oh.
We each put 1 in the middle.
She's still winning.
My spin could have been worse. Your spin.
Like, this is hardly interactive. It's kind of like playing a slot machine.
Get everything.
We each put one in the middle.
Great, it's back to where we started. Can I stop this at some point? Or do I have to actually play this out?
Good for me.
Get half of it.
Spin.
I don't know if I want to wait till the completion.
Get everything.
It seems kind of like Monopoly where it just doesn't end.
My spin.
Because, like... There's gotta...
Oh, well. Your spin.
There's probably some, like, actual analysis of this, right? Because there's only 4 possibilities.
Get half.
Well,
My spin.
it's going better for me now. She was up 2, though.
What a surprise. We each put one in the middle. Your spin. Put in 1.
No!
My spin.
Alright, I'm gonna see if I can quit gambling, because, man, this is getting old.
Could have been worse. Your spin. Get half.
At least it rounds up for getting
My
half.
spin. What a surprise. We each put one in the middle.
Alright, I'm done.
Your spin.
Can I get out of here? Thank God. I want the key.
I see you want the key to Nelly's room. If you can spin a gimel in 2 tries, the key is yours.
Okay. Just pure RNG.
A pity. Spin again.
So instead of gambling against her, I'm just gambling against me.
I see you need to practice your dreidel spinning.
Is this kind of like, Okay.
You get 2 more spins.
So, is there actually like a trick to this where you're supposed to like try to get it to land on the thing you want? Oh, I won. Yeah, practice. Gotta practice your gambling.
The key to Nelly's room is yours.
All of this just raises further questions. Oh, I have to... Oh, God, I'm gonna have to help the elephant.
It's locked. Don't you get it?
Oh, wait, this isn't an elephant.
The Syrian king Antiochus IV ruled over Judea in 168 BCE. He made it against the law to practice Judaism, to learn Torah, to keep kosher, to observe Shabbat, to perform circumcisions. Some Jews continued to observe in secret, knowing that Greek soldiers might kill them if they were caught.
Don't make a mountain out of a molehill.
Abba, why are we doing this if it's so
Oh, not again! You know, that's a really good question. Why did we do that since that was so dangerous? How did this crash? Invalid page fault. Yeah, I don't know my x86 well enough to say what those bytes are, but it looks like we probably dereferenced a bad pointer. EDI is set to something, so probably was an index. What we've learned here is we should save our game after playing dreidel. Alright, try. Nope. Escape doesn't help ever. Okay.
Welcome.
Let me look at the instructions really quick to see how you can skip things. F2 to save game. That's probably good. Nice, makes a nice ding.
Starting new game.
All right, we'll at least get to look at the frog.
One night.
No, we're skipping. All right, well, let's start from the top.
Trying to get to Nerly's room? Not so fast. You need a gold key and the secret password. Hold on. I don't let just anybody into Nerly's room. You need a gold key and the secret password.
I'm gonna guess the way this works.
Over 2,300 years ago, Alexander the Great made Greece the largest empire in the world by capturing countries all around the
Wait, breaking the pot didn't reveal the scroll.
including Israel, then called Judea. Greek culture spread throughout these countries, and some Jews, called Hellenists, were attracted to Greek ways. Sometimes a Jewish family would be divided over just how Greek to become.
How Greek are you? Really wish I had actually revealed the scroll.
Of course, you want the secret password to get into Nerly's room. So answer this. Who was the Greek ruler who conquered the Middle East in the 4th century BCE.
I'm pretty sure I know this one.
Alexander the Great.
Alexander the Not So Great.
Nebuchadnezzar.
Hercules.
Clearly Nebuchadnezzar.
Nebuchadnezzar.
Almost. Try again.
No, it's...
Alexander the Great.
Right. The secret password is Alexander the Great.
Alright, now let's get our key from Narcissus. And then we'll save the game because it seems to be a problem
These
here.
guests are 2 coins. That wild and crazy Greek. You want the key to Nerly's room?
I really wish I knew there was a way to cancel these.
Let's play the key game.
But people don't play the original Kingdom Hearts anymore either. You can't cancel the cutscenes.
Here is a head, and here is a tail.
Gotta click tails.
Pick one, heads or tails, and we'll see how the coin lands.
Come on, tails. Everyone loves tails.
Fantastic.
I'm pretty sure it's rigged for tails.
Tails it is.
It's been tails 3 times in a row.
You've won the gold key to Nerly's room.
Alright, cool. We successfully did a thing. What if there's a speed board? Wait, what? It said saving was F2. Alright, well, instead I'm gonna save... Does saving not work? What is this bullshit? You want to save your game in the middle and come back to it later, choose save game or press F2. I cannot save my game, so I just need to make sure I don't crash it.
Back to the action.
Why won't it let me save? Alright, well...
It's locked. Don't you get it?
What's up, Pac-Man boss? How you doing? Happy Hanukkah indeed. Yeah, it came kind of late this year.
Ah, you've got the gold key.
What about the secret password?
I love the cat, though.
Now that's what I call a password.
Come on in. I see you visited Narciso, the Greek statue. He just might be slick enough to have committed this crime. Now, you can look over pictures of the suspects, or go to the scene of the crime.
Alright.
Crystal, the fortune teller.
We have to look at the most...
The Lotke
The Lotke Troll. Need to visit the Lotke
Here we
Troll.
are at the scene of the crime. Use your magnifying glass to look for clues. When you're done, go back and hit the streets again.
Alright, so I think I have to actually complete all the things without the game crashing, which is kind of a problem.
Aha! Oil on the cloth. But it doesn't smell like the professor's historic oil, does it?
Oh, it's not historic oil.
It smells like cheap hair oil.
Cheap hair oil. Who could that be?
Meet you back at my room, okay?
Alright, one more time.
Current game has been saved.
Oh, yes! Cool. It does save.
Back to the
I thought
action.
it'd bring up a menu or something, but no. Alright, I'll just go through linearly. Why not? Alright.
When the Greek Syrian king Antiochus IV ruled over Judea in 168 BCE, he made it against the law to practice Judaism, to learn Torah, to keep kosher, to observe Shabbat, to perform circumcisions. Some Jews continued to observe in secret, knowing that Greek soldiers might kill them if they were caught.
Alright, let's see if clicking on her crashed the game again.
Abba, why are we doing this if
It
it's
does!
so dangerous?
Let's not click on her again. Ever. Only reason I felt comfortable doing that is I did save my game. Alright, and that was... Great, we get to listen to this again.
Antiochus IV
Not clicking on her.
in 168 BCE, he made it against the law to practice Judaism, to learn Torah, to keep kosher, to observe
Legal operation like circumcision under Antiochus.
Some Jews continued to observe in secret, knowing that Greek soldiers...
That feels like it could actually be part of like a puzzle where...
Abba, why are we doing this if it's so dangerous?
The Greeks are ruled by a madman, Tamar. We can't let him decide whether or not we stay Jewish.
Alright.
Are you sure no one's coming?
Greek soldiers usually ride on horseback. It's all quiet for now.
Like the sudden and random kid.
Let's give her a little wine, dear. If she cries, we might be found.
Let's get our baby drunk.
Aryeh, has the sun set yet?
Almost. Another few minutes, Abba.
Why do they have this kid whose entire life goal is just stand outside?
Of course. You want the secret password to get into Nelly's room. So answer this. Antiochus called himself Epiphanes, the Greek word for living God. Some people called him Epimanes, the Greek word for what?
Sleepy. Grumpy.
Crazy.
I'm gonna go with grumpy.
Grumpy.
Almost. Try again.
Crazy?
Crazy.
We did it!
Right. The secret password is crazy.
Oh yeah.
You want to know more about the rule of Antiochus IV?
What?
It's a very sad story. So, you think you know what a Hasid is?
No.
In the Hanukkah story, Jews who upheld Jewish tradition and opposed Greek ways were called Hasidim, the pious ones. They look nothing like the followers of European rabbis whom we think of today when we hear the word Hasidim.
I just want to know about the hat.
A famous story is told in the book of Maccabees and in the Talmud of a woman named Hannah who had 7 sons. Antiochus called them before him and, depending on which version of the story is told, demanded that they bow before a Greek idol or eat pig in the king's presence.
Ugh. Sounds awful. Makes me kind of hungry.
It's locked. Don't you get it?
It's her. We're just going to go straight for it. We do not need to dreidel her.
I see you want the key to Nelly's room. If you can spin a gimel in 2 tries, the key is yours.
What is bro yapping about? Couldn't tell you, honestly. I'm learning here, too.
A pity. Spin again.
But it's mostly has to do with, Hellenistic Greek stuff, as far as I can tell. Which I know nothing about.
I see you need to practice your dreidel spinning.
Literally nothing. Pretty much everything I know about, Hanukkah comes from Adam Sandler. There's 8 crazy nights, and, Arthur Fonzarelli is Jewish.
A pity. Spin again.
Hanukkah's about the Syrians. It didn't mention Syria at one point.
I see you need to practice your dreidel spinning.
I think also they just like to give you some just general historical stuff. It's an educational game, I think. Unless it's giving me the wrong education, which wouldn't surprise me. I did learn how to play dreidel, though. Hooray! I dreidled good!
Impressive. The key to Nelly's room is yours.
I feel so proud of myself. I can't tell if it saves or not. I think when it dings, it saves. So I'm not going to worry too much.
Back to the action.
Was the Greeks particular place? Well, yeah, because around then Alexander the Great had conquered most of that area.
Don't you get it?
It's 2024. 15. 2025 is looking drunk right now. Nice. How you doing, Milgrips?
That won't open me. Ah, you've got the gold key.
Oh, gotta do it.
What about the secret password?
I love the cat.
Now that's what I call a password.
Come on in.
Happy New Year!
I see you visited Crystal the fortune teller. Maybe her crystal dreidel will tell us if she's the one who did it.
Of course.
The Latke troll. Back at the scene of the crime. I'm sure we've missed something. Look for new clues, and don't forget to review any old ones.
Alright, so because we've successfully found a new clue, so we need to hover... Oh, the goblet!
Aha. Someone's fingerprints on the glass, but very faint. Maybe they were wearing a glove.
Glove doesn't fit.
Meet you back at my room, okay?
How you doing? Well, I mean, there's attributes beyond being drunk as part of how one is doing, typically. I'm never sure with this game.
Back to the action.
I'm paranoid now about saving.
Trying to get to Nerly's room? Not so fast. You need a gold key and the secret password.
No, I'm not as drunk as you are. My first drink. Oh, the lot control!
Hey, what are you staring at? You never seen a lot control? Man, I love latkes. I live for latkes. Wait a minute. That was my last latke.
No!
I need more latkes. More latkes.
I love the lot control. He's my second favorite character after Groucho Marx the cat.
Well, you don't expect me to make them, do you?
Eye for eyes. How you doing? Beyond drunkenness. Okay, do I have to make him a latke? Potatoes.
Potato. Very important for potato latkes. Give me another one.
Spoon.
Hey, buddy, don't get ahead of yourself. You need more potatoes to make latkes.
What?
Can't leave a peeled potato sitting around, you know. It turns rotten and ugly like me. Another one!
What? Onion?
Hey, buddy, don't get ahead of yourself. You need more potatoes to make latkes. Ketchup? What are you, crazy? Hey, buddy, don't get ahead of yourself. You need more potatoes to make latkes.
How many potatoes do I need to spiralize?
Make sure to sop up the water that comes out of the potatoes. Otherwise, latke soup. Another one. 4 potatoes? Enough already. You think potatoes grow on trees? An onion? Anybody got a Kleenex out there?
Yeah, the fries and the burger's a little bit weird, I'll grant you that.
This isn't baseball, you know. You don't have to hit the egg that hard. Try another one.
More onions?
What are you trying to do? Kill me? One onion's enough.
Okay.
You gonna wait for it to mix itself? Come on, stir it.
Obviously, you're still able to communicate using a keyboard and legible even, so you can't be as drunk as you feel. It's very possible.
Chocolate? Wait a minute. Did you take that out of my cupboard? Enough! Us trolls gotta worry about cholesterol too, you know. Once I dumped a whole jar of flour on my head, I looked like a latke ghost. More flour!
Wait, why is that the symbol for flour?
Enough flour!
It's a friggin' spoon!
Gotta save it for cookies, pies, cakes, stuff like that. I think everything's in. Now, you take your frying pan.
What frying pan? Oh, that one.
Oh boy, they're cooking. Happy day, Hanukkah's on the way. Now feed them to me while they're hot.
I guess the lot control.
I hate challah. I despise matzah, but I love you, latkes.
I guess the lot control is kind of the equivalent, like the Jewish Cookie Monster.
Who cares about the mess? It's latke time.
You know, if I didn't know he was talking about potato pancakes, I would have sworn he just said it's vodka time. What's up, Matt?
Grandpa Troll used to make these. They were awful. Ugh, yours are much better.
Can't stay, but wanted to say hi. Hello to you and Merry New Year!
Uh-oh, don't tell me that was the last one. I need more. More latkes.
We're not making you more latkes. We're not making you more latkes. In the key.
So, you want the key to Nerly's room? Well, you should have said so in the first place.
Don't
Pick
crash.
any 2 ingredients. Maybe the key's hiding behind one of them.
Okay.
No key? Pick another.
Chocolate.
No key? Well, that's what you get for wasting my time.
Ah. I don't like you lot control sometimes.
All right.
They are in fact made of potatoes. I can't even argue that.
No key? Pick another.
How about flour? There we go. Leavening! Wait, no, that's not it.
You got lucky. You got a key to Nearly's room.
Alright, we did it. I'm gonna save the game again because it keeps crashing, though.
Current game has been saved. Back to the action.
And we got ads for a while. What room was I in? Well, not that one. Third one. Lot control. Okay. Historical place.
A small village called Modi'in, not far from Jerusalem, Greek soldiers put up a statue of the Greek god Zeus
Later, Matt.
and forced the Jews to bring sacrifices to it. The leader of a priestly family, Mattathias, refused to make a sacrifice and started the revolt against the Greeks.
Alright, sleep well, Milgrips. Hope you got a not too bad hangover tomorrow. This is always the worst part of going out drinking.
Hey, Harry, you think the new statue is good for business?
See? That's why we save.
Loading previous game.
Hangover? I'm glad it's not gonna happen then.
In a small village called Modi'in, not far from Jerusalem,
I probably have one.
Greek soldiers put up a statue of the Greek god Zeus and forced the Jews to bring sacrifices to it. The leader of a
sacrifices.
priestly family, Mattathias, refused to make a sacrifice and started the revolt against the Greeks.
Alright. Try talking to a different one.
Abba, there are too many soldiers around. You have to do what they say.
Yonatan, I'd rather fight them all than break God's law.
Well, I appreciate that. I haven't even gone out drinking. I have a little bit here, but not much. Plan to go out a bit later. I made cookies and distribute some. Probably go play some pinball. Fun stuff.
Hey Mo, these Greek soldiers keep mooching grapes off of me.
Go fight City Hall, Harry.
You can't fight City Hall. You can wiggle your nose. God, this is actually a perfect like vaporwave statue. Like, look at that with all the purples on it. Absolutely perfect. Shame we can't do anything about it.
Ha! So you want to know more about the beginning of the Maccabees revolt?
Ah.
I'll tell you everything I know.
No. No, I want to click this one object.
So you want to know more about the beginning of the Maccabees revolt?
Yeah, Blue Pinball indeed.
Everything I know.
Learned that there's learned about 2 new machines today. One, there's gonna be a Harry Potter one by Jersey Jack, and Stern's making a Dungeons and Dragons themed one, which should be interesting. So looking forward to seeing that. Though I still haven't seen a Metallica remastered anywhere in Seattle.
Everyone knows that Mattathias' son Judah was called Maccabee. But where did he get this nickname? Some think that Maccabee comes from the Hebrew word macabre, which means hammer, and that Judah got this name because of his smashing military skills.
D&D Pinball? Nope. I got they sent a email out because I have these Stern app and things, and so they tell them, they're like, yeah, D&D. I saw they've had a D20, and I'm like, that's weird. And I scroll down a bit further, I'm like, oh, they're doing D&D. So it could be cool. Got a couple beers, spend the rest of the year alone. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, at least you got beer. It's the line, I drink alone. My buddy Jack Daniels and his buddy, and the other guy, Jimmy Beam. Sam Adams. Is the ball a D20? Yes. Sure, why not? Drunk Pet is best pet on second to BG Train. Like, it's so embittered during trapping. What's up, Fiskbit? Alright, let's get our thing here. We don't need to learn more about Maccabees.
Of course! You want the secret password to get into Nearly's room. So answer this. Which animal did Greek soldiers order Mattathias to sacrifice to the Greek gods?
A camel.
An elephant.
An emu.
A pig. Yuck.
And I guess it's an emu.
An emu.
Not quite. Try again.
Spend the years with people in church and rather do anything else. Yeah, I can see that. Really a religious game here, but still. Alright, sleep well, Milk Grips.
A pig? Yuck.
Wasn't quite the right thing to do after saying that.
Right. The secret password is pig.
It's not very kosher. Hopefully that saves. No. No more lot control.
It's locked. Don't you get it?
Alright, let's see.
Ah, you got the gold.
Tough apprehensions. Oh yeah.
What about the secret password?
Always have to do that so we can hear the
That's
cat.
what I call a password.
I love the cat.
Come on in. I see you visited the lot control. He sure has bad manners. But would he take something of the professor's?
Would he?
Back at the scene of the crime. I'm sure we've missed something. Look for new clues, and don't forget to review any old ones.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I am vaguely tempted to like actually make a speed board for this if one doesn't exist and submit a speed run.
Loose change. Must be the professor's. He always likes to give out Hanukkah gelt.
Hanukkah guilt.
Meet you back at my room, okay?
It's like this actually is kind of entertaining in a way. It's weird.
The Maccabees,
Plus or minus the parts where it crashes.
fought the Greeks in the hills around Jerusalem. Though their army was small and they had few.
So the great irony of cats is that sometimes the cat sleeping keeps you awake longer.
Some major victories. Of course.
All right, what's our trivia question this time?
Password to get into Nearly's room. So answer this. According to the book of Maccabees, what did the Greeks give their elephants before a battle to lift their energy?
Peanut butter.
Milkshakes.
Grape juice.
Well, I know peanut butter's wrong. No, actually, peanuts are indigenous to Africa, so that's not impossible. But peanut butter, I don't think, was invented until much later. Milkshakes are out of the question because ice cream certainly wasn't invented until much later. So I'm gonna go with grape juice.
Grape juice. Believe it or not, you are right. The secret password is grape juice.
All right, let's get out of here before he can give us any more history. Oh crap! It's the elephant.
Hi, I'm Bamba, and I don't know which is worse, fighting the Maccabees or standing on this tightrope. Whoa! Oh my, you want the key to Nearly's room? Okay. If you can spell the word Hanukkah in Hebrew, you'll earn yourself a key, I think.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look up how to spell this. There's no effing way I am gonna get it right. Alright. The pie looking thing. Because you do this backwards. And then the thing that makes you win. That dreidel, I think. This one? Okay. And then what appears to be a U, but sideways. Could be that. Doesn't really look like it. Okay, maybe it's just letting me do whatever I want. And then a slightly different thing that looks vaguely like pie. Is this one? That's not how...
Better check that word. Whoa!
I did it way wrong.
Another one? Okay. If you can spell the word Yehuda, Judah, in Hebrew, you'll earn yourself a key, I think.
Judah. This is probably the reason I wouldn't want to do this. He's glad I finally found yourself in front of the PC instead of drinking with people. Now he's seeing his place there. It's the nice to warm place. Alright, well, let's see if we can do this. Oh, there's Diactrix! Is that a character in of itself? I don't know what I'm doing. And then... that looks like the character? Wait, can I?
I know these Hebrew words. Do you?
I can squint and make guesses. See if I actually think I have the right one. There's this one?
Yehuda is Judah.
Yeah, there we go.
Mattathias' middle son, and the one who led the fighting against the Greeks.
Alright, cool. So at least I recognize the right word. We had that. And there's what appears to be a straight line. There's two different kinds of straight line. Why are there two different kinds of straight line? All right, it's the one with a thing at the top. Supposed to be leaning, so I think it's this. And then the T-looking thing? Yeah, T-looking thing. And then the first thing I had, this. Hooray! I Hebrewed.
Way to go! You got the key to Nearly's room.
Hey, for once, my brewing tag's correct, because I'm actually Hebrewing.
It's locked. Don't you get it?
I'm easily amused.
Ah, you've got the gold key.
Alright. Sleep well for real this time, Ilgrips. See you later.
What about the secret password? Now that's what I call a password.
Come on in.
All right.
I see you visited Bomba the elephant. Her real cowardly sort, right? But you never know. Back at the scene of the crime.
All right.
I'm sure we've missed something. Look for new clues, and don't forget to review any old ones.
All right. Oh, another one.
Aha! A footprint. No, wait. A handprint. Why would someone be walking on their hands?
These are all good questions.
You have 3 more suspects to check out. See you back at my room, and hey, you're doing good.
All right, we're more than halfway there.
Current game has been saved.
All right.
Back to the action.
Okay, that was that. This one.
Trying to get to Nearly's room? Not so fast. You need a gold key and the secret password.
Not doing great here. Oh, this is new. Oh, boy.
Have you seen my screwdriver? I'm Schlemiel, and I was just about to fix all the musical instruments from the temple in Jerusalem when I misplaced my... What's that you say? Oh yeah, the Greeks sure left everything a mess. Look how broken all these instruments are. I'm gonna need my glasses for this job. Where are my glasses? They were here a minute ago. Anyway, you can help me by dragging the pieces of a musical instrument to my carpet and fitting them back together again. If you get stuck, click on my saw. Okay, wise guy, who took my pencil?
Yeah, he does seem a bit of a schmuck. Alright, well this is going to be a bit easier when we have higher contrast, I think. Oh, there are a lot of random pieces. I think this goes together with this. Why not? How about there? Nope. Alright, well, I think these 2 horn pieces at least go together. How close do I have to get here? The fact that I have to bring it all the way back is vexing. See, this looks right. Yeah, that looks good. You can horn in on this. Is it?
Wow! You put together the Chatzotzra!
The what?
In temple ceremonies, the priests, the Kohanim, would blow this.
Oh.
If you were making a trip to Jerusalem, say at Passover, Shavuot, or Sukkot, this might be the first sound of the temple you'd hear in the distance.
Oh. Once again, I know so little about any of this. Oh, that looks like this could fit together. It's a bell! That makes so much more sense now. I also noticed that there's actually jigsaw parts of these in places. I've just been going by colors. The disadvantage of playing this on the projector as opposed to, oh, I don't know, pretty much any other reasonable thing, is I don't see the fine details as easily as I should. That looks more like some bell. They've come for the bell. Okay, well, we'll just do that.
Good work! You put together the Pa'amon.
Hooray!
This was a popular instrument in the temple. Even the high priest, HaKohen HaGadol, wore miniature ones attached to his robe.
It would be played on a CRT, but you have to remember that CRTs for computers were a lot better than CRTs for TVs.
You put together the Toph.
There would be a little bit of blurriness, but it would be a lot sharper than what I'm looking at here.
Hear those drums?
as we
And better
march the
contrasts.
commandments to the Ark in Solomon's temple.
Alright, so we learned they got drums. I think we got like a harp here, maybe? Those don't go together, that's odd. Alright. Well, there's only one part left. Maybe that? Okay. Yeah, it's some sort of harpy looking thing. Harp-ish. Harp-esque. Perhaps, instead of harpy. A very different kind of word.
Hey, you put together the Neville.
Hooray!
If you walk up those steep steps to the temple, greeting you was a huge choir of Levites and an orchestra of stringed instruments, including this Neville. Well now, how about a little song in honor of the Maccabees? You can keep clicking on the instruments, or you can click on my carpet to start repairing again.
I'm good.
Where did I leave those pliers?
Let's take a look at the instruments, though. I wonder if that does anything. Would be a little annoying. Oh, I'm gonna be treated to a whole song now. Mistakes were made.
Oh, you want the key to Nerly's room? I thought I saw it somewhere. Well, let's hear the sounds of the temple instruments. And if you can click on them in the same order, you'll get the key.
Oh boy. Harp. Bell. I guess this is actually pretty easy because the instrument's very distinct. Harp, bell, horn, drum. I would say for speedrunning, it does at least queue up your actions. So you could do that without losing any time.
Oh, here it is. You got the key to Nerly's room.
Alright, cool. Gonna ring a different bell a few times.
The temple in Jerusalem was taken over by the Greeks under Antiochus and turned into a Greek sanctuary. When Judah Maccabee led his troops into Jerusalem in 165 BCE, they marched up to the Temple Mount and entered the courtyard of the temple.
Oh boy, the Greeks got rid of almost everything that had been here, but we've managed to find a small jar of oil to light the menorah. But wait a minute, where is the menorah?
Alright, not gonna answer that question.
These iron spears? Greek soldiers must have left them, and maybe with a little work.
It's Garfield at home. What? That was the right thing to do?
Voila! The perfect menorah. But the oil's not gonna hold out for long. We need to travel to a faraway place to get olives. Quick! What can I write on to get to the olive trees?
Didn't expect any of this. It's Groucho Marx the cat, but also like turning your spears into a menorah is kind of like beating your swords into plowshares. There's just something odd about that. I gotta click some wrong things.
Oh really, you expect me to write that? Please. Oh really, you expect me to write that? Please.
Alright, let's see if this is kosher.
The Greeks used pigs as sacrifices here, but who knows?
What? What?
It's not a Ferrari, but it'll do. Go get the olives! You got them? Good. Yeah, but how are we gonna crush them to make oil?
But why did that happen?
This altar where the Greeks brought their sacrifices has potential.
Oh, I see.
An oil press. Now we're cooking. But we can't use the oil for the menorah unless it has an official seal. We need someone to put on the seal. Any volunteers?
Well, there was an actual seal to click on. Cause always to plowshares and OP card. I'm just referencing it's a biblical thing.
Looks like Zeus, the Greek god who got most of the sacrifices here. But wait a minute.
What?
All right, the high priest. Now we're cooking. We got ourselves some new oil, and look, that little bit of oil is still burning. Hallelujah!
Oh, whoops. Okay. Alright, I guess we did all the things. Just want to enjoy more Claymation.
Of course! You want the secret password to get into Nelly's room. So answer this. What does the word Hanukkah mean?
Light, as in lighting the darkness. Victory, as in the Maccabees' victory over the Greeks. Dedication, as in dedicating the temple.
I feel like there's always two answers that are reasonable. I don't think it's this one. I think maybe light?
Light, as in lighting the darkness.
Not quite.
I was wrong.
Try again.
Let's try dedication then.
Dedication, as in dedicating the temple.
Right.
Today I learned.
The secret password is dedication.
Thank you, weird cat. Okay, so it does save. I'm just paranoid about
Back to the action.
Where were we? Well, not that one. Clearly this one. I'll use the key.
Ah, you've got the gold key.
What about the secret password?
I love the cat.
Now that's what I call a password.
Come on in. I see you visited Schlemiel, the temple repairman. Do you think a bumbler like him could be behind all this?
It does strike me a bit to have a clumsy
Back
repairman.
at the scene of the crime.
Not ideal.
I'm sure we've missed something.
Alright.
Look for new clues.
New clues.
And don't forget to review any old ones.
Let's see. Lights up when I find... Oh, there we go.
Look what you found. A scrap of music paper.
I'm sure that was Aura Star. She and the Candle Sisters were rehearsing here, and what a sound. She's cool. She didn't take the jar.
Huh. Clearly ND, he's doing his best.
You have 2 more suspects to check out. See you back at my room. We'll solve this one yet.
ND stand for non-denominational.
The Maccabee revolt succeeded. Judea was an independent country.
I see a jackass.
For 130 years, until the rise of Rome.
Ah.
For the next several centuries, the rabbis of the Talmud argued about how to observe the holiday and the miracle of Hanukkah.
Actually, gonna press the save button more. Why did I do that?
The revolt succeeded. Judea was an independent country.
They don't make this easy.
For 130 years, until the rise of Rome. For the next several centuries,
But yeah, I can
the
see this.
rabbis
Makes
of the
sense
Talmud
now.
argued about how to observe the holiday and the miracle of Hanukkah.
Hanukkah.
What if I don't have enough money to buy oil for Shabbat lights and Hanukkah lights?
That's a tough one, Rabba.
So I say to myself, Shabbat lights are more important because they bring peace into my house. That makes sense. Okay, but what if it is between Hanukkah lights and wine for Shabbat? Which do I buy?
You got me.
I can't miss Kiddush. I do it every week. True, but I must light Hanukkah lights to publicize the miracle of Hanukkah.
Also true.
So I say, publicize the miracle of Hanukkah.
Thank God!
Alright, let's see if this crashes the game.
Why should we celebrate Hanukkah? To remember the miracle that the Jewish spirit lived on and that the oil in the temple burned for 8 days. I've got it. Let's light Hanukkah lamps with olive oil to remind us of the miracle.
All this talk of miracles. What if all of God's miracles can be explained through the laws of nature?
If you don't believe in miracles, then what do you call this?
Animation.
Say, Eliezer, where can I get a set of those Hanukkah lamps?
What? What?
Hanukkah is a time of celebration. We say Al Hanisim and the Hallel prayer.
Why Hallel, Hillel?
To thank God for the miracle of Hanukkah, and we never fast.
I'll drink to that.
During the 8 days of Hanukkah, and while the Hanukkah lights are burning, we don't do any work.
Hey, party time!
Today we're learning.
I say the Jewish people is like a cat. Both have 9 lives.
What an odd thing to
We
say.
should start with 8 lights and go down to 1. That way you'll always see how many days of Hanukkah are left.
No way. I say we start with 1 light and add 1 for each night of Hanukkah. Holiness should always increase, not decrease.
I agree with Hillel. Me too.
Me too. Sorry, Shammai.
You guys have to let me win sometime.
Nope.
I say rabbis and cats should both keep their whiskers away from the fire. I say the real miracle is if we ever get to eat. I say the Jewish people is like a cat. Both have 9 lives.
Let's see what the jackass has to say. Not much. Alright, let's do it.
Of course! You want the secret password to get into Nearly's room. So answer this. What is another name for Hanukkah?
Chag HaUrim, the Festival of Lights.
Chag HaBikurim, the Festival of First Fruits.
Chag HaNisim, the Festival of Miracles.
Chag HaKaloriot, the Festival of High Calories.
What?
Chag HaKaloriot, the Festival of High Calories.
Oh.
Sorry, try again.
I figured that'd be wrong. I want to go lights.
Chag HaUrim, the Festival of Lights.
Thank you, Adam Sandler.
Right. The secret password is Chag HaUrim, the Festival of Lights.
Alright, we're done with that.
It's locked. Don't you get
Why
it?
do they make the doors RNG? Oh god.
Oh, I'm Mademoiselle Menorah, and I'm so sad. There's no one to like me, and I've always depended on the kindness of strangers. Wait, do you want to like me? Just drag my candles to the right places, and then click on my little red helper, the shamish, to tell me that that's all the candles you want to light tonight.
Look, I will be honest. My entire knowledge of Jewish folklore does in fact come from Adam Sandler, pretty much. I don't know that much about it. Aside from the standard stuff you'd find, like, in normal biblical courses. How many of these events are random surrealism, how they're actually obscure references? You know, maybe one day I'll have to get Desi to play this so we actually know, we'll actually find out.
I won't let you put it there. I won't.
Why do you care which candle goes where, lady?
Ah, good. My candles always go in from right to left.
Oh.
Just like Hebrew letters. And of course, they only get lit after the sun sets.
Oh, that's why she's a werewolf.
Ah, when my candles are in, we'll say the blessings, we'll light the candles, have some singing, some spinning. Ooh la la, this is the life.
I feel they went sheep on this one, because, like, she
You
doesn't...
there, Shamish.
Oh, there it goes.
You're going to have to do all the work, you know? My other candles are only for looking at, to remind us of the miracle of Hanukkah. Not much oil in the jar Judah Maccabee has found. He needs it to last 8 days while they make more. He sends his people out. 3 days to get to the olive trees, 3 days back to the temple, another day to press the oil, and you've never seen anything like it? The old oil is still burning! It's a miracle for Judah Maccabee and his team! Hey, do you know what the 5th candle said to the 4th candle as it melted down faster? This really burns me up. I am a little menorah. You can make me out of clay, you can make me out of metal, you can make me out of wood, but don't make me out of chocolate if you know what's good.
I mean, I guess you could make one out of chocolate. Be kind of weird.
Come on! If you stick me in some dusty old corner, the world will never know about the miracle of Hanukkah. You gotta put me in a window so everyone can see me.
Oh. Learning so much.
I love you! I really do! You put in every one of my precious candles. You've made my Hanukkah.
Oh, goodness me. Time to say the blessings. There are 2 of them that we say each night, and a 3rd that we say on the first night only. Click on my shamish when you're done. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Chanukah.
It occurs to me it would have been really useful to come here before I was trying to spell things in Hebrew, where I really thought it was right to left, but wasn't certain.
Baruch
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שעשה ניסים לאבותינו.
I wonder what the string of pearls here is.
ההם בזמן הזה.
Because it runs with prayer beads, but I'm pretty sure that's not a Jewish thing.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
Alright. What did it say to do?
Now, don't be shy. Just drag the shamash over to the wicks of the candles. Careful of your fingers.
Let's see, it's this...
I wouldn't put it there if I were you.
What?
That's good. We light from left to right.
Oh, of course. No way I was gonna guess that. Are there always, like, colored candles? For some reason I thought they were all the same color.
Oh, you've been wonderful. What are you doing the next night of Hanukkah? You can click on any candle in a holder to see me play that role again.
No, thank you.
The Shamish to do another Hanukkah lighting.
No, thank you.
Well, well, you want the key to Nerly's room? Now, if you can put in its proper place the first candle we light on the third night of Hanukkah, you'll have yourself a key.
First candle we light the third night?
Oh, what a drag. Maybe next time.
What?
Back for more? Now, if you can put in its proper place the first candle we light on the third night of Hanukkah, you'll have yourself a key.
Wait. Wait. It's always the first candle.
Oh, what a drag.
What?
Maybe next time.
They're ordering? Must be an ordering.
Back for more? Now,
First
if
candle
you can put in its
we
proper
light
place
on the third
first
night.
candle we light on the third night of Hanukkah, you'll have yourself a key.
Okay, well, it's not here, it's not here. Try this one.
Oh, what a drag. Maybe next time.
Like, we literally did this. I lit them from left to right. Is that not how this works? Well, I have to look this up?
Back for more? Now, if you can put in its proper place the first candle we light on the seventh night of Hanukkah, you'll have yourself a key.
Okay, you know what? I have to actually learn something here. It's true, you only light 3 on the third night. I assumed you let the other ones burn, but I just don't know. Order of Hanukkah candles. Add candles left to right, but light them from right to left. Okay. So... Oh! Because we... Oh, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This makes sense now.
Well, congratulations. You got the key to Nerly's room.
Well, that was annoying. Alright.
It's locked. Don't you get it?
Key, please.
Ah, you've got the gold key.
Yeah, I misunderstood something there. But...
What about the secret password? Now that's what I call a password.
Come on in. I see you visited Mademoiselle Menorah. If she's the one who took the jar, she'd certainly know how to disguise it. Back at the scene of the crime, I'm sure we've missed something. Look for new clues, and don't forget to review any old ones.
Yeah, we're down to only 2 more left.
The mat is wet, but that's not surprising. The professor bathes in his pond each day of Hanukkah before coming in to light the menorah.
That's not much of a clue. So, wait, did the frog steal it then?
You have one last suspect to check out.
Alright, we have one less
Keep at
suspect.
it, and when we meet again, you can tell me who you think did it.
Yeah, I guess my problem with that is I didn't realize that you didn't put all the candles in at the same time. I guess in my mind you always had all 7 in, but I guess, or 8 in, but I guess not.
For generations, Jews have been celebrating Hanukkah, especially the commandment to light the Hanukkah menorah, or Hanukkah. Because Jews live in so many places, different customs grew up around the lighting of the Hanukkah menorah.
Jonah, stand straight, and don't forget to speak slowly. Abby.
Wait, there's 9 on here.
Rise, and get rid of your gun, for heaven's sakes.
Okay, ready?
Welcome to our show, where we bring you Hanukkah magic from around the world.
Here is a Hanukkah menorah, 8 candles, and a shamash.
Oh.
Now you see it, now you don't.
Wow! That was amazing!
Funny? We always made our Hanukkah menorah out of empty tin cans.
Yeah, I'm not sure about these clues. I will be honest about that. Oh, the magician.
Hanukkah.
What?
Let's not get mixed up. This is the menorah that stood in the temple, and it had 7 branches.
And this is the Hanukkah menorah many of us light today. 8 candles for 8 days and a shamish to do the lighting.
Hanukkah.
Look how simple the first Hanukkah menorahs were. This one's from the time of the Talmud. You pour in some oil and light a little wick which floated on top of the oil.
The wick would soak up the oil and keep the flame burning until no oil was left.
Huh. I'm learning so much about menorahs. And rabbits.
The commandment of Persum Hanes to publicize the miracle led many Jewish families to hang their Hanukkah menorahs outside their homes for everybody to see.
Some would place it on their doorpost opposite where the mezuzah was hanging, and many menorahs, like this one, had glass around them so the wind wouldn't blow out the flames.
Huh. Hanukkah!
In Morocco, some menorahs had 4 oil cups. People used both ends of the wicks to make 8 lights.
Is that why we say lighting the candle at both ends?
No, because you can actually do that. It just makes the candle burn a lot faster.
Hanukkah.
That, it comes from Moroccan, but I could be wrong.
In Syria, some menorahs had 2 shamishes. One is the regular shamish, and the second is a sign of thanks that Jews who came there from Spain were accepted into the community.
Oh.
I always say, the more light, the merrier.
Oh. Dual wielding skirmishes.
In Turkey, the fibers that protected the etrog on Sukkot were woven into the wicks
What?
of the Hanukkah candles, and wax drippings from the Hanukkah candles were then made into the candle used to search for chametz on the night before Passover.
Oh, wait, we learned about that.
Recycling.
No, we didn't learn about that. Never mind, that's something different.
Hanukkah.
Alright, one last one, then I'm going to find the scroll.
In this menorah from Eastern Europe, little cheers had dreidel letters on them, and you'd add a little chair for each night.
Huh.
A new way to play musical chairs.
Alright, fine. We'll just keep doing this until the cat talks to us.
Hanukkah.
It's got to be close. There can't be that many variations.
Let's not get mixed up.
There we go.
This is the menorah that stood in the temple, and it had 7 branches.
And this is the Hanukkah menorah many of us light today. 8 candles for 8 days and a shamish to do the lighting.
It is true. There is a lot of learning going on. I'm curious what's in the frog's place.
You want
Oh, the
to
dreidel.
know about how Hanukkah is celebrated around the world? Let's go!
I'm fine.
Ooh, listen to this Hanukkah song called Ocho Candelitas.
Hope this doesn't get me on YouTube copyright.
Yugoslavia.
It's pleasant. Oh. Huh. If I heard this out in real life, I would not guess this is a Hanukkah song. How long is this gonna go? We're just gonna have to listen to the whole Hanukkah song, and not the one by Adam Sandler. I do expect tempo changes. That's something I always seem to expect from like Jewish music. But that might just be because of like Fiddler on the Roof. But I'm not really sure either. You know what's great? There's no way to cancel an event once it happens. So we're just kind of stuck. Oh good, it's stopping. Alright, let's learn about the dreidel.
Playing dreidel, or sevivone, is one of the most popular ways of celebrating Hanukkah around the world. The name, whether the Yiddish dreidel or the Hebrew sevivone, comes from the word meaning to spin.
I'm not queuing up a bunch. That is not happening.
The Hebrew letters on the dreidel.
Oh, you can cancel by leaving. Oh, that's good. Alright, let's do this. Let's learn our secret password.
Of course, you want the secret password to get into Nelly's room. So answer this. Unlike in countries below the equator, when does Hanukkah fall in North America, Israel, and Europe?
At night.
When the days of the year are shortest.
I don't know. I always go south for Hanukkah.
Shortest, I think.
The days of the year are shortest.
Alright, I'm lucky.
Right. The secret password is shortest days of the year.
Alright.
It's locked. Don't you get it?
Hope that saves. Oh my!
Oh, baby, I'm Aura, and I'm a star when it comes to singing Hanukkah songs.
She thinks she's so number one, Dora.
Tell me about it, Nora. Now, you can pick any of our Hanukkah hit songs. Come back to me to stop a song.
Oh, thank goodness there's a way to stop it.
And come to us to pause or start again. And honey, anytime you want to sing it yourself, just unplug our rainbow.
Wish we could unplug her.
Unplug our rainbow?
Amen, sister.
So in case I want to sit, like, have a Hanukkah karaoke?
Mao's Tzor is a song of thanks to God for saving the Jewish people time and again in history. It was written over 700 years ago by a poet named Mordechai, and the first letters of the verses spell out his name.
Never heard of the guy. He ought to get himself a better agent.
What? You could hear a change from MIDI to not MIDI. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's learn about the other ones.
About the miraculous victory of the Maccabees. We sing it after the candle blessings, and it reminds us that the candles are for looking at only, to remind us of the Hanukkah miracle.
I wasn't expecting show tunes,
Right on. Candles are always beautiful to look at.
but I suppose I should have. I like how this one doesn't have lyrics. So you can't karaoke along, where the other one did. Oh, there we are. I have a vague feeling this is not how they usually sound. Alright, one more.
Yemeha Hanukkah is a song about how we celebrate Hanukkah.
This better not make me sing.
We spin the dreidel, we eat donuts, especially if we're in Israel.
Donuts.
And we light the Hanukkah candles and say, God bless the Maccabees.
Weird. Alright. Yeah, this is still weird. Alright, let's do the key challenge.
Oh, honey, you want the key to Nerly's room? No sweat. If you can name that tune, you'll be in key heaven. Click on Dora or Nora to hear the excerpt again. Ready, set?
Oh, shoot. I think it was this one.
Hey, baby, you got the key to Nelly's room.
Oh, yeah! I am so good at Hanukkah songs, all 3 of them.
Ah, you've got the gold key.
What about the secret password? Now that's what I call a password.
Room sounds like
Come on
South
in.
Park.
I see you visited Aura Star. She's so rich and famous. Would she lower herself to a crime like this?
Oh, yeah.
Now it's finally time to solve this mystery. Go to the scene of the crime and check it out one last time, carefully.
Okay.
Take your time. You can go back over all the clues by clicking more than once. Whenever you're ready to solve the mystery, come back into my room.
All right, there's at least one more clue somewhere here. Need to find it. It lights up in blue when you find it, so this really shouldn't be that hard. Not a lot of surface area left to search. Oh, there it is.
Now, if the window was shut and opened from the outside, that would require a lot of muscle.
All right, so a lot of muscle, hair
The mat is
oil.
wet, but that's not surprising. The professor bathes in his pond each day of Hanukkah before coming in to light the menorah.
Okay, I think some of the clues are not useful. I think that's how they're playing
Loose
this.
change. Must be the professor's. He always likes to give out Hanukkah gelt. Aha. Someone's fingerprints on the glass, but very faint. Maybe they were wearing a glove.
Okay, so glove, strong.
Aha! A footprint. No, wait.
His hands.
A handprint. Why would someone be walking on their hands? Aha! Oil on the cloth. But it doesn't smell like the professor's historic oil, does it? It smells like cheap hair oil.
Cheap hair
Look
oil.
what you found. A scrap of music paper.
I'm sure that was Aura Star. She and the Candle Sisters were rehearsing here, and what a sound. She's cool. She didn't take the jar.
All right, well, the live testimony here excludes them. So I have to figure out this from that.
Now's the big moment. Bring up the picture of whoever you think did it and click on it.
All right. Well, he has hands, but I do note that his hands only have 4 fingers, but there are only 4 fingers on there. He doesn't wear gloves.
Crystal, the fortune teller.
Yeah, she doesn't have hands.
The Latke troll.
I don't think it's a lot control.
Bomba, the warrior elephant.
Probably not an elephant.
Schlemiel, the temple repairman.
He's the one I'm thinking so far.
Mademoiselle Menorah.
I don't know if she has hands.
Aura Star of the Candle Sisters.
You know,
Mademoiselle
I'm going to go with
Menorah.
Schlemiel here. He's a strong guy.
Schlemiel, the temple repairman.
No, not me. But have you seen my glasses anywhere?
Guess not.
Even the best detectives make mistakes. You have one more try, and you can always return to the scene of the crime first.
Wait, one more try?
Now's the big moment. Bring
Well,
up the picture
shoot.
of whoever you think did it and click on it.
Cheap hair oil.
Crystal, the fortune teller. The Latke troll. Bomba, the warrior elephant. Schlemiel, the temple repairman. Mademoiselle Menorah. Aura Star of the Candle Sisters.
We're already told that it wasn't her, because one of the statues told us explicitly it wasn't. But she's wearing gloves. She has hair.
Whoa, baby. You are knocking on the wrong star. Good try, but I think I'd better help you solve the mystery.
No!
Narciso must have used his exceptional strength to open the window from the outside. When he saw that the professor was
He doesn't have
sleeping,
hair!
He probably flashed his phony smile. Since he has no legs, he walked on his hands toward the famous jar.
What?
When he passed the mirror, he just had to flip over to admire himself and smooth down his hair. That's when the
He
light
doesn't
went
have
on.
hair!
With hair oil on his fingers, he groped for the jar, tucked it under his armpit, and walked back across the room on his hands, leaving quickly through the same window he came in through.
Congratulations!
He doesn't have gloves!
You've solved the mystery!
He's made of marble!
That means I've been caught trying to sneak the famous jar back into Greek hands.
I am actively annoyed that that was how that ended.
Previous game. That's my room. See you later.
Alright.
Come on in. I see you visited Aura Star.
I want to see what happens if I don't mess it up.
Would she lower herself to a crime like this?
Yeah, we're right about the clues that
Now
were relevant.
It's finally time to solve this mystery. Go to the scene of the crime and check it out one last time,
But-
carefully.
Like, I didn't consider the Greek statue not having like anything below the torso.
Now, if the window was shut...
Yeah, I'm just mildly annoyed, actually.
outside, that would require a lot of muscle.
Okay.
Now's the big
Let's see what happens if you do it
moment.
right.
Bring up the picture of whoever you think did it and click on it. Good work, detective. Narciso must have used
it's
his
the exact same
exceptional
thing.
strength to open the window from the outside. When he saw that the professor was sleeping, he probably flashed his phony smile. Since he
Not
has
right
no
for this sort of
legs,
game,
he walked
yeah.
his hands toward the famous jar. When he passed the mirror, he just had to flip over to admire himself and smooth down his hair.
You know what I probably should have
That's when the
noticed
lights
is he's
went
probably the only character with 5
on.
fingers,
His fingers,
being a
he
real...
groped for the
Well, no,
jar,
even...
tucked it under his armpit and walked back across the room.
Yeah,
with his
it's
hands,
still
leaving
disappointing,
quickly
though.
Through the same window he came in through.
Congratulations!
He only has 4 fingers!
Wait a minute. That means
You cannot have left that handprint!
the famous jar.
Like, how am I supposed to assume he doesn't have a toe? He's standing behind a podium!
My jar is back! I'm eternally grateful to you. Now I can burn my special oil on the last night of Hanukkah.
Hooray! I'm glad we won, because otherwise we wouldn't have experienced this. I can tell you though, I want to see about extracting files from this, because that frog has a great face I think would be good for an emote. We'll see if I can do that at some point. Hey, luck control. And that's how it ends. The luck control shows up for a second. Alright, let's at least look at the credits. Made with Macromedia, surprising no one. Produced by Gem. That's it? That's the entirety of your credits? That's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Alright, I think there's only one thing left to do. Play a new game and listen to the intro in Hebrew.
ערב אחד. לפני חג החנוכה, ישב פרופסור ירקוני בחדר עבודתו. והתבונן בחיבה בפריט היקר לו ביותר באוסף
Yeah, this is
ההפקות שלו
very
מהתקופה
similar.
ההלניסטית. אותו פח שמן שמצא יהודה המכבי בבית המקדש בירושלים. פח השמן שהספיק למנורה ל8 ימים. השנה, חשב הפרופסור המנומנם ופיהק,
Oh, you would know better than
השנה
I.
ידליק את החנוכיה בערב השמיני של חנוכה בשמן העתיק
I don't think I've actually heard of them in
בפח.
spoken Hebrew.
אבל
Ever.
בעוד הפרופסור ישן,
Gong.
כבו לפתע האורות. יללות נשמעו בלילה החשוך, וכשהתעורר הפרופסור, נעלם פח
This is a great face. I want to find this and extract it. It's so good.
מי מסוגל לעשות דבר כזה? האם היה זה
Just look at it.
נרקיס?
Okay, yeah. We don't need to do the rest of it. I just wanted to show the funny face. Alright, well, let's go back to English so I know how to quit. I could always have just pressed escape at any point in time. And,
You
yeah,
haven't
that's...
saved your current game. If you want to save the game, click on Save Game and then on Quit.
I don't. That was Who Stole Hanukkah. That wasn't bad for what it was, just frustrating at the end, because the clues didn't make a lot of sense. Like, I didn't know he didn't have legs. He was behind the podium, not on the podium. And he clearly has 4 fingers because that's how, or 3 fingers and a thumb, because that's how all cartoon characters work. just a bit silly. Just a bit silly.